निवासिनी विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते भगवति हेशिति कण्ठकुटुम्बिनि भूरि कुटुम्बिनि भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते सुरवरवर्षिणि दुर्धरदर्शिनि दुर्मुखमर्षिणि हर्षरते त्रिभुवनपोषिणि शङ्करतोषिणि किल्बिषमोषिनि घोषरते धनुजनि रोषिणि दितिश्रुतरोषिणि दुर्मथतोषिनि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते.
Hi guys, thank you for joining the live stream. Today we have with us Debjani Bhattacharya, an extremely popular political commentator on Facebook. Hello Debjani.
Hello.
And she is also an alumnus of Jadavpur University, the famous or infamous, depending on how you look at it. So Debjani, thank you for joining our channel. And first of all, let me ask you the question. Thank you. First of all, let me ask you the question that most people outside Bengal or non-Bengalis have this query, which is that is everyone from Jadavpur University a leftist or an India hater or a Hindu hater? How did you turn out not like that?
Actually, they say that truth is stranger than fiction. So, actually, all of Jadavpur University is not at all that. Rather, most of the students of Jadavpur University are nationalists by their choices and by their thought processes. Like you can also remember when like the commotion was going on regarding in the recent past regarding some ultra left students came in support of, like at the time of change of the vice chancellor, when the Acharya Rajyapal attempted to change the vice chancellor, then there was a commotion going on. A lot of students started saying that a university is for all, anyone can enter, and then we can also smoke and drink, kind of. That is the time when a set of professors were working for Chandrayaan 3.
Yeah, right.
Rather Chandrayaan 2. So, like they worked on the soft landing part of Chandrayaan. It was worked in the electrical engineering department of Jadavpur University.
Yeah.
So we know the kind of my own department. Like they worked on drug delivery patch for the first time in the pharmaceutical engineering department. So as I said, that most of the people of Jadavpur University are not what we see. We see those because those are, focused more, because those are the people who want to drag the limelight. They want to gain prominence. There's a reason behind it, because Jadavpur University was a result of Swadeshi Andolan. We all know that. The National Council of Education was formed because Rishi Aurobindo said that our education should be our own. We should not go and follow the route of the British education. That is not our format. We should have our own format. So Jadavpur University was a result of Swadeshi Andolan. Now, this Swadeshi Andolan, if we really look at the time frame of Swadeshi Andolan, then at the time of Swadeshi Andolan, Muslim League was not formed. That means Bharat was not divided. The Bharat's populace was not divided in the religious line. It was divided as soon as Muslim League was formed in December 2006. But Swadeshi Andolan began much before that. It started from 1901, absolutely from the beginning of the 20th century. So, this university is the result of absolutely a saffron movement.
Right.
Absolutely, Saffron. Jadavpur University is solely, everything of Jadavpur University
Yeah.
is solely attributable to a saffron movement.
Yeah.
And that is something which a set of people want to deny. That
Mm.
is what they want to deny, and that is why they want to highlight that this is a university of ours, this is a
Yeah.
university of our Vaicharik like class, not
Yeah.
the other, because it
Yeah.
is a kind of what we say, it's a capture, there's a capture
Mm.
mentality. But
Yeah.
it can, the university can never be captured, it can never be captured, because the kind of studies, the kind of attitude, the kind of approach the university takes, at least
Mm.
the kind of approach it used to take in our time,
Mm.
that is solely different. But I also want to say, because this is very
Mm.
scary, because the university, certain departments of university, uh, there are rampant allegations. There are
Mm.
allegations from different fronts that certain departments, like if you look at it, the Department of International Relations, especially the
Yeah.
Department of International Relations, Department of Bangla.
Mm.
So these are the departments which are being alleged to
Mm.
engage into fishy activities,
Mm.
especially money laundering activities. The
I see.
allegations are coming from within the department. The
I see.
NGOs
Mm.
outside, and the professors and students. So there certain fishy activities are going on. So
Mm.
these are the people who are actually vitiating the atmosphere of the university within. I can give you certain my observations. If you go into the department in the campus right now, if you go in front of the international relations department, there is a
Mm.
walling graffiti on the wall. So they have written the preamble of the Indian constitution, we the people of India, etc. Okay.
Mm.
And then uh, there's there's a hype being created on that, we the
Mm.
people. And now
Yeah.
in the recent past, when in the Delhi riot case, when the hearing was going on regarding Umar Khalid's
Mm.
role,
Yeah.
then the police has found out, the Delhi police have found out that kind of, there's a WhatsApp group which is also named as
Yeah.
We the People of India. We the
I
people
see.
of India. So, and then Umar Khalid came to the university, Jadavpur University, International Relations Department, just
Mm.
before the previous month to Delhi riot. You know,
Mm. Right.
Umar Khalid and Yogendra Yadav together, they came to Jadavpur University and they spoke to the people. And the very next
Mm.
month there was Delhi riot. And you
Right.
see the similarities, the we the people of India, when Professor Iman Kollan Lahiri, he is also hyping on that we the people of India. And then Umar Khalid is having a WhatsApp group through which he orchestrates a riot. That group is also named We the People of India. Very
Mm.
uncanny matches, which
Mm.
actually gives us a very uncomfortable feeling. Something
Mm.
wrong is happening within the university, but
Mm.
mm, uh, that is not the soul. That is not the soul of the university. That is, the
Right.
university is being used for wrong activities. So that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing I wanted to ask you, mainly we'll have to discuss a lot of current ground level politics that's going on, and the elections are going on. That's what we have invited you for. But another curiosity I have about your political views is that being a woman and being in Bengal, where the sort of the mainstream narrative, at least in the cities, has become that Hinduism is somehow stacked against women. Because of sati pratha, or because of even casteism, so lower caste women are more victims, etc. So, how did you get into non-left politics and political commentary? What was your trajectory like? And did you ever feel like that being a woman, you are somehow going to be a victim, or going to be end up becoming a victim? Because again, another criticism of India has forever been that India is not a safe place for women, and therefore most Hindu men are also not safe for any women. How has your journey been as a woman in this non-left political space?
Yeah. So first of all, like if we really look at West Bengal's situation,
Hmm.
then I have grown up in a phase which was the left phase, the left
Hmm.
ruled state. So that time, really, we didn't really feel any kind of threats on us in the city life. In the
Hmm.
city life. And
Yeah.
during my student life, or much later too, I didn't have any political existence. I was completely an apolitical being. Yeah, this is very, very queer. Myself, I was a corporate. I was in
Okay.
corporate. I was in service. I was
Okay.
completely a snobbish person.
Okay.
I used to think that politics is not something which people should use their brain on too. So these were
Okay.
my ideas about politics.
Hmm.
Truly so, truly. I am
Hmm.
telling you the fact. But
Hmm.
as an apolitical person and as
Hmm.
a woman, I never felt threatened. Truly.
Hmm.
Because I had walked, I had gone to places, I returned late at night. I had never felt
I
any
see.
problem, truly
Hmm.
speaking. And then
Hmm.
definitely there were not uh, like we all in the newspapers also, we didn't come across so many news things
Hmm.
also of
Yeah.
attacks on women, etc., and all sorts of things, like
Yeah.
kind of like when we had gone to work at Uttar Pradesh. So it
Hmm.
was impossible. You go to
Hmm.
Delhi, you go to Uttar Pradesh. It was
Yeah.
impossible that you will go after a certain time. You will go out
Hmm.
alone at night. But
Yeah.
when you go to Mumbai, you also
Hmm.
work late at night, 10, 10:30, 11, no problems. So that kind of life I have seen.
Hmm.
Kolkata was absolutely safe, and we didn't
Hmm.
come across so many news. But that can, but after 2016, to be precise, certain things I started observing, like rather, certain incidents dragged my notice.
Hmm.
And then basically when I started observing things, then it really appeared to me, jay, mm, politics is not something which we can really get rid of, we can really
Hmm.
ignore. It is something
Yeah.
which people should put their mind into, because
Yeah.
otherwise our basic life will be hampered. So it
Hmm.
is from 2017 I started associating myself in a non-left political line, and you will be
Hmm.
surprised to hear that I basically belong to a left family.
Okay.
Yes, because, and being in a leftist family,
Hmm.
completely a Marxist, a family of Marxist ideological people with a Marxist
Hmm.
ideology. My
Hmm.
dadu was a Gandhian. My
Okay.
Thakurda was a Gandhian. My Jethu, means my brother's elder brother, my
Hmm.
Jethu was a Subhash Bose fan. He used to
Hmm.
like cry in the name of Netaji. And
Okay.
after that, they were people who were Marxists. And from my
Hmm.
family, one of my kaka also associated himself with Naxalite movement. You won't
Okay.
believe this.
Hmm.
He had to leave the state also.
I
He had to
see.
leave the state for a long time. He had to stay at Kanpur.
Okay.
So this is kind of a family I belong to. But
Hmm.
surprisingly, I had no political activities ever. If
Okay.
anybody goes and searches, my name is nowhere,
Hmm.
because I have seen the Marxists, how authoritarian and how conservative they are in
Yeah.
reality. When the
Yeah.
Marxists talk of liberalism,
Hmm.
they themselves are not at all liberal.
Yeah.
That is the fact.
Yeah.
Because in our generation, in our house, we were mainly women, so we were never encouraged to take up politics. But the
Hmm.
men took up the politics.
Hmm.
So that is the reason why I had no political life, and I was completely,
Hmm.
I was very happy with my own
Hmm.
life, my studies,
Yeah.
and my activities, extracurricular activities, and then my corporate life. I was
Hmm.
completely sorted.
Right.
But I have seen I hail from a left political house, so I know their deficiencies very well. I
Yeah.
know when they get angry,
Yeah.
when I used to ask certain pertaining questions as a child, they could ignore because I am a child. But
Yeah.
when the same questions are asked today, they can't ignore it, they get infuriated.
Yeah.
So that is the point. Now, like when coming to the present day, when you look at the thing that the women are being attacked, women are
Hmm.
being attacked rampant in this state.
Yeah.
When you look at who who are really attacking the women, the
Hmm.
same people who associated themselves with liberal politics,
Yeah.
who are attacking women in West Bengal.
Yeah.
They are the people who associated themselves with liberal politics so long, because
Yeah.
Bengal had not seen a non-left politics
Yeah.
ever since independence.
Yeah.
Ever since independence, Bengal had never seen non-left politics.
Yeah.
The non-left politics significantly began in Bengal after
Yeah.
2014,
Yeah.
after Modi ji was elected.
Yes.
Bengal started to look at things, Bengal still don't look at things with clarity, but
Yeah.
Bengal started to look at things from different perspectives, from a different perspective, from since 2014. But before that, Bengal didn't used to look at. Now,
Yeah.
if we today, with standings today in 2024, if we look at the women, oppression on women, etc., then
Hmm.
who are the people who are attacking women? They are the
Hmm.
liberal people. The
Hmm.
very liberal minded people are attacking women. If we
Hmm.
really track, because I maintain data,
Hmm.
I observe the politics of the state. So if
Hmm.
you look at the very stuff, then
Hmm.
the people who associated themselves with the Marxists and then
Hmm.
who later evolved into the present ruling dispensation, they are the people who are attacking women. Then what should we derive from this? The
Hmm.
liberal people are attacking women. So can we
Yeah.
say that they are liberals? But if we have to compare the TMC regime vis-a-vis CPM regime, then definitely CPM regime, they had certain like they knew what to do. They maintained certain protocol, certain decorum.
Yeah.
So even when there were attacks on women, they were
Hmm.
never reported. Even
Yeah.
when there were attacks on women, they were never reported.
Yeah.
Certain monstrous incidents were reported. Those
Hmm.
which we still talk about, like we talk
Hmm.
about Bantala.
Yeah.
What was the incident basically? What did the people like? There are three ladies. All three were government servants. The
Yeah.
servants of West Bengal government.
Yeah.
They went to collect. They went to see the implementation of some government scheme in Goshaba,
Hmm.
and they found incriminating documents of money laundering there.
Hmm.
And they collected those documents. They were on their way back to Kolkata and they were taught the lesson. That
Hmm.
means don't find out,
Yeah.
engage into finding out the money laundering documents. Whatever we are
Hmm.
doing is final. And then
Hmm.
what was Jyoti Basu's reaction? He was so cold.
Hmm.
That means he endorsed it silently. But today, if you look at our present chief minister, she openly endorses.
Hmm.
So that is the difference. And when CPM, if you look at the thing like look at the things like this, that if CPM was there for previous 34 years,
Hmm.
then the present dispensation is nothing but the byproduct of that regime.
Yeah.
So in a left dominated state, women
Hmm.
would be oppressed. There is
Hmm.
nothing denying of this fact, because
Yeah.
the left ideology is that they have the liberty to do anything. They define all these as liberty, basically.
Yeah.
So if you have these things as liberty, if you do
Hmm.
not follow the rules as Rishi Aurobindo writes, that your aspirational values, the external
Hmm.
values and internal values,
Hmm.
your like extend your internal aspiration level to divinity, all these. If we don't really follow these lines, if we think
Hmm.
that everything is liberty,
Yeah.
like attacking a women is also liberty, if
Hmm.
that is also liberty, then a woman can never be safe in a left dominated state. So CPM had really, it was the precursor, I would say, it was the precursor, and the present dispensation is the ultimate end product. But if you look at the oppression on women, then definitely the liberal people are actually oppressing women, not the non-left ones, because non-left ones are still not very prominent, not at all. How many we get? Like they say that in oppression on women, Uttar Pradesh is number one. They say
Yeah.
Uttar Pradesh is number one. They always compare with Uttar Pradesh, but Bengal, if you look at Bengal, was Bengal
Yeah.
ever comparable to Uttar Pradesh? Could
No.
we be ever compared to Uttar Pradesh? But now we are being compared to Uttar Pradesh, and the very worrisome thing is that if you look at Uttar Pradesh number of crimes against women, I'm not going into numbers, but if you really look at it, number of crimes against women in Uttar Pradesh vis-a-vis Uttar Pradesh population,
Yeah.
and number of crimes against women in West Bengal vis-a-vis population of West Bengal, then the rate of crime against women in West Bengal is much higher than that in Uttar Pradesh.
I see.
That is something really worrisome. Yes, if you look at the figures, Uttar Pradesh is 24 crore population and the number of crimes against women. And West Bengal with 10 crore, 11 crore population and the number of crimes. And then if you find out the rate, calculate the rate of crime, then the rate of crime is much higher in West Bengal.
I see.
Worrisome. And this happens after, look at this. This is the figure we get from the National Crime Record Bureau source. And it is absolutely reported in all famous newspapers, also in Anandabajar, that there is a suppression of data in the police stations. The Kolkata
I see.
police, the West Bengal police, the Kolkata police, they don't go when if a woman goes to lodge a complaint against a crime, sexual crime against her, then most of the cases the police refuses to lodge the complaint. They want to settle it outside so that
Yeah.
the data build-up is less. So
Yeah.
from the lesser data build-up, we get that kind of feedback that the rate of crime in West Bengal is higher. Then this is my observation from my reading from the data. The rate of crime in West Bengal is much higher than Uttar Pradesh. Even Uttar Pradesh, can you imagine this? And then, like after that, so I was actually losing the string of my words. So West Bengal has, in all these figures, the Sandeshkhali crimes are not included.
I
So
see.
NCRB data, which we got, in that Sandeshkhali crimes are not recorded. Because most of the
Right.
cases have not been recorded.
Yeah.
So imagine a situation when 100% cases are being recorded. 100% cases are being recorded. Then what would be the number of crimes against women? Then what would
Much
be the
higher.
number of crimes against women? Much higher. And
Yeah.
that is the real issue. That is why people are so much talking about the oppression of women, oppression on women, oppression on women. Why are they saying? Because the real number of incidents are not being reflected. And the Home Ministry last time they said in the Parliament that the women helpline all over India in all states they wanted to. There is a women helpline already all over India.
Yeah.
But West Bengal government didn't agree to launch a women helpline.
I
There is
see.
no women helpline, central women helpline in West Bengal. Can you imagine this?
I
Why
see.
Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Maharaj is saying that you terrify some girl in this chauraha, the next chauraha, you will be handled.
Yeah.
You will need the Jamdut khada hai wahan par. You will find that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when Yogi Maharaj is taking that route, in West Bengal we are not having a women helpline. How do we define that?
Yeah.
So that is the thing, I always say like this, that if there is CPM, TMC is bound to come. If there is
Right.
CPM in any place, then TMC
Yeah.
is bound to come. And
Yeah.
now, theoretically, imagine, if today those dreadful CPM again comes back, How will they behave? Will they behave like them as they behaved in the first 34 years? Not at all. They will also behave like TMC.
Yeah.
Because after the evolution takes place, after
Yeah.
CPM turns into TMC, there is no going back.
Yeah.
So that is how it is. That is how it is.
Yeah. Didi, then where does the statistics come from every year from some magazine or newspaper or the other that Kolkata is the safest city in India? Is that so, or are they looking at some statistical fallacies?
Actually, Kolkata is.
Okay.
Kolkata is. I do not know whether Kolkata is safest amongst all Indian cities or not. Because
Hmm.
in Kolkata also there is suppression of facts. As
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
whatever data is being built up by NCRB, it is
Hmm.
being built up by the supply of data from the state sources. So
Hmm.
whatever the state home department is supplying them,
Yeah.
that is the data NCRB is having. So
Right.
it is only state given data.
Hmm.
So, and the state, as I said, if you look at the post poll violence data of 2021, you won't imagine out of all the rape criminals, like during the violence period, only
Hmm.
4% were nabbed by the police.
I see.
96% were like currently the state government is
Hmm.
trying to, my observation suggests they're trying to say, as if they're trying to communicate
Hmm.
that it is not a crime at all.
I see.
Targeting a woman is not at all a crime. Otherwise, how will you define this? They don't want to take rape complaints. They don't want to take. They try to settle outside, and then whenever they are forced to take, then
Hmm.
also they arrest only 4% of the criminals, and
Right.
rest 96% they keep them free, and those free
Yeah.
persons go and keep on threatening the victims.
Yeah.
So what does it prove? That means the police also doesn't want the rape criminals being subjugated. They don't
Hmm.
want to curb the rape crimes, the
Yeah.
sexual crimes upon women. So that
Yeah.
is the and coming back to
Hmm.
Kolkata's point, I'm sure that Kolkata police also suppresses the data,
Okay.
the crimes around Kolkata in the city of
Hmm.
Kolkata. So
Hmm.
after that suppression of data, whatever data comes, with respect to that data, Kolkata appears to be the safest city. And
Hmm.
as far as our experience goes, it is also a safe city, definitely.
Hmm.
But people already know the disturbed pockets of the city, and women do not
Yeah.
go
Exactly.
there
Yeah.
they're like they won't like to go to like Newtown in a distant corner, like phase
Yeah.
3 Newtown area, Shapurji, Kalonji area.
Yeah.
No woman will like to go there after the evening hours. Well, no
Yeah.
woman will like to go to Watganj or Garden Reach or
Yeah.
Kidirpur or Mechaburuj. No woman. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
do not know how safe the city is. But yes,
Yeah.
in Baliganj, in Toliganj, in Newtown, in Behala, in all other Shambhajar, everywhere, women are generally safe. You have to
Hmm.
say that. No denying it.
Yeah.
No
Hmm.
denying it. And this is, Kolkata would have to remain safe because Kolkata is the only place where mm, you can see the apparent development.
Hmm.
It is the showcase.
Yeah.
They say that it's the sales and marketing department of a state because it
Yeah.
looks good. It has to
Yeah.
look good. Kolkata is the only place which looks good. You go to
Hmm.
any other place, you see crime, poverty of the state.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
see
Of course.
crime, poverty.
Yeah.
So that is how it is. It is safest in that angle, from that angle.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a Bengali male Hindu friend, my age only. He was telling me a story a few days back. Just like 2 3 years back, he went to a that fancy market area. Okay, all smuggled goods, Chinese goods area. So he had gone to buy some kind of phone or headphone. So the guy in the shop said that we don't have it right now, but if you go to this person's, my friend brother's house, he has it in his godown, in his home, in some dark corner alley of the place in Khidirpur. Okay, so he goes there, everyone is giving him eyeballs, and when he goes there, he waits. People welcome him first, but then say, those people themselves say that you please leave soon, this place is not safe for you. He's a guy, he's a 30-year-old man, but Hindu. So they say that please leave soon. You are not safe here for much long. And Didi, I wanted to ask you another thing, that leftists all over the world basically have this view that getting a woman leader, chief minister, or president, prime minister will solve a lot of problems, including the problem of violence against women. Why has that not worked in West Bengal? And do you think that ever works, that having a woman CM is going to do anything extra?
In my opinion, if you look at it, if you look at the leftists, nowhere they have kept a woman leader. Has the CPM party ever selected any woman as a leader in a prominent position? They have never
No.
kept. If you look into the government in our state, West Bengal, Jyoti Basu government or Buddha Babu government, did they keep any prominent ministry under any woman? They never do. They they talk like this only when they are not in the ruling position.
Yeah.
They are the people, I say this, they are the people who have to go. Like whatever, this is like kind of a thumb rule. Whatever they will say, they will do exactly the opposite. So whenever they are saying something, it's a thumb rule. You can understand that, like it is a different thing that they are going to like. And in the similar way, when they want to thrust some blame on someone, they will thrust a blame for which they themselves are to be blamed. Like if they are calling you a stooge, be sure that he himself is a stooge.
Yeah.
Be sure. That's a thumb rule, and that's why they talk about this woman and woman chief minister, woman prime minister, woman leader. The thing is, there was a report. At this moment, I'm unable to recall, but I remember I read a report, and there was it was a very scholarly article that the oppressive nature doesn't change between a man and a woman. A seat of power can spoil a woman also equally like a man. Rather, there, I would say, a man can do less harm to the society than a woman. Because if I engage in doing something wrong, then I know I will get a woman advantage.
I see.
This is also true that today our lady chief minister could do many things because she is a woman. In her place, had there been a man, that man would have faced greater backlash. That man would have faced greater backlash. She is not getting the kind of backlash she must get if she's not getting because she's a woman. So, woman prime minister, woman chief minister, left can want only for this cause, because keeping that person as a puppet, they can do the rampage at a much graver level. That might be the reason why the left want a lady prime minister, a lady chief minister, etc. Because the lady always gives an advantage to the people who goes on rampaging the place. Here, the criminals have taken a free run on the state. And the chief minister is actually really supporting them. She's endorsing them from open meetings. She's endorsing, as recently we have heard that she is putting blame on Kartik Maharaj ji.
Yeah.
She is saying that Kartik Maharaj ji is a right rouser. But before that, we have all heard that Humayun Kabir is saying that the 30% to 70%, so 30% we will cut them and throw them into river Bhagirathi. So he is saying that, but after that the chief minister is saying Kartik Maharaj ji, that means what? She is directly supporting those who are who actually said something very obnoxious.
Yeah.
The chief minister can say people is hearing this and tolerating this because she is a woman. This is the advantage for the oppressors. Keeping a woman in front is an advantage for the oppressors, because they capitalize the womanhood of that person in power. This is my opinion.
Yeah, very true. Didi, do you even have leftist friends anymore? Do you talk to them? Do you have debates with them?
Yeah, I do have leftist friends, because if you have them, then only you can understand what are
Yeah.
their arguments.
Yes,
But
exactly.
I face, a very typical problem these days.
Hmm.
They are very much, they keep tongue tied in front of me.
Yeah, that's what
They keep
happens.
tongue tied because they also know these tactics. Because
Hmm. Yeah.
when you talk to them, you're getting to know their arguments. You're
Yeah.
getting to know their arguments and you know the counter. You know
Yeah.
the rebuttal. So they will
Hmm.
keep tongue tied. And when I
Yeah.
enter groups of leftist oriented groups and make
Yeah.
a comment, then either there is absolutely pin drop silence after that, or there'll be appreciations and stop after
Hmm.
that. They will
Yeah.
not forward the this thing like discussion. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing: who are the leftists of India?
Hmm.
Who are the leftists of India? If you really look into the history of Bengal, you will
Hmm.
see that the nationalists who were in jail then
Hmm.
during the naval mutiny, no
Hmm.
vidraho, during the
Yeah.
naval mutiny was the first mutiny which was
Hmm.
supported by the Communist Party, which was
Okay.
it was the first such mutiny which was supported by the Communist Party. The
I
Communist
see.
Party was completely a British implant. They were completely a British implant. So I
Hmm.
won't go into those details today.
Hmm.
Definitely, they were completely a British implant. It is a known fact. The erudite section are very aware of these things that they
I
were
see.
British. They were working for the British. They were
I
working for
see.
the British. And
Okay.
in the naval mutiny was the first mutiny which was supported by the Communist Party. And that
Okay.
time, during the naval mutiny, Jyoti Basu was actually releasing the nationalist leaders who were in
Oh.
British jail and
Okay.
giving like and that time Jyoti Basu was getting them released because
Okay.
mutiny was going on. So
Hmm.
based on that, the Britishers were releasing them. The Basu said that you have to release our these things, the
I
political
see.
prisoners, and the
Okay.
Britishers were releasing them. And
Hmm.
they are the people who came out and joined Communist Party. So we can
I see.
easily calculate. Right now,
Hmm.
I'm saying a very truncated portion. If you
Hmm.
look into it at a like full length, uh,
Hmm.
chronologically and with the full timeline, then only you will understand that definitely Basu was releasing them, giving them the condition that you will be released once you come and join the Communist Party. So
I see.
basically, the nationalists joined the Communist Party. So
I
we
see.
have an idea that communists are great people. Initially,
Hmm.
those who were communists in the earlier times, like
Yeah.
60s, 70s, the people, the communists of the
Right.
earlier times, they are
Hmm.
great people. They used to live very simplistic life. They used to work for the people. Who are they? Basically, they are not communists originally. All of
Hmm.
them are nationalists. That is why
I
they
see.
were that simplistic. They used to work for people,
I
and they
see.
were taken into the grip of Communist Party to build up the Communist Party during the Naval Mutiny means 1946.
Right.
So it was the whole thing is a big conspiracy.
Hmm.
The introduction of communists themselves is a big conspiracy by the Britishers. You know,
Yeah.
and
Right.
in Bengal, and we think that the left came to Bengal in 1977. Not at all true. Not
Hmm.
at all true. The leftism, the communism started in Bengal from 1941 to be precise. Because Jyoti
Okay.
Basu was there, it started in Jyoti Basu. Jyoti Basu's entry in the state. And he
Hmm.
was in London, he was studying. And he came back to India in 1940. And
Hmm.
from 1941 itself, he engaged with the trade union movements, the communist trade
Hmm.
unions. Before that, the trade unions are non-communist. The Communist Party entered the trade unions. And from
Okay.
1941, at a very high speed, the communist trade unions became aggressive. And all these communist trade unions in all the logistical sections of the government, like the rails and the ports, etc.,
Yeah.
everywhere they were like, making the people, like they were trying to make the people mad.
Hmm.
Like Lok Thapano. Means
Yeah.
they were just, you know, instigating people. They were like inciting them for something devastating. And then
Yeah.
the like 1946, you can also understand it is the time of the Great Calcutta killing, the communal unrest, and then followed by independence and partition. Then the refugees started coming. So all
Mm.
these people were dragged into that communist movements. These
Mm.
movements to gain nothing but only
Mm.
to devastate the state. To
Mm.
gain nothing,
Right.
nothing concrete, nothing
Right.
constructive. So these absolutely destructive trade union movements started
Mm.
from 1914. Then it
Right.
gradually built up momentum in the 1950s, 1960s, and then food movement. If you talk into that matter, the food movement, Kolkata, the city of Kolkata, 80 people died in police firing, etc. So,
Mm.
like Jyoti Basu was the person who was leading, but
Mm.
like was there any harm done to him? No harm
Mm.
at all. And
Mm.
80 people died. Even the students were brought down on the streets, the food movement, etc. But when was the food crisis solved? The food crisis was there everywhere in the whole India because it
Mm.
was post-partition food crisis because we lost Punjab and the wheat producing part of Punjab and the rice producing part of Bengal. The rice bowl
Mm.
of Bengal, East Bengal used to be
Yeah.
said as rice bowl of Bengal,
Yeah.
rice bowl of India. So that we lost them. And so the food crisis came to all over India. But the
Yeah.
food movement, the absolutely eruptive movements are going on only in Bengal. Because
Mm.
the refugee crisis also simultaneously went on. But it
Mm.
was solved only after 1965 Green Revolution.
Mm.
1965 was the commencing year of the Green Revolution. Green
Yeah.
Revolution solved the food crisis. But
Yeah.
Bengal had seen all those eruptive movements
Mm.
basically because the communists. So the communists had built up the mindset of Bengal. And that
Mm.
was the sole objective. Bengal was producing, at the time of independence, Bengal was producing 40% of India's GDP.
Yeah.
40% of India's GDP. So the
Mm.
sole objective was to destroy that. The
Mm.
sole objective was to destroy that, to
Right.
destroy Bengal, to destroy the economy of India, and it was not an objective of the communists, it was a British objective. Communists
I see.
only working for them.
Mm.
Yeah, that certainly yes. Because
Mm.
Singapore was built up in lieu of Kolkata.
Yeah.
Yes, and so it
Yeah.
was solely a British objective that if we do not remain, we will not let you flourish. And Bengal
Mm.
was the developed state at that
I
time, the
see.
industrially developed state. So the sole objective of the communists of those trade union movements was to destroy,
Mm.
all the industry, the
Yeah.
industry friendly atmosphere, the
Mm.
the cooperative mindset, the productive mindset. The objective was to destroy the productive mindset, and that is why that eruptive movements, the
Mm.
destructive movements, man bona, man china,
Mm.
and then bhenge dao, gudye dao. Now, what can
Mm.
a person do? Like, why should something be broken and done and dusted? Why should we? Why should
Yeah.
we break? Why should
Mm.
they not make? They didn't come to make. They
Yeah.
came to break. And for that, they had to inculcate a psyche. That
Mm.
psyche was inculcated through trade union movements from 1941 that
Mm.
began in 1941. I will give you another striking fact to you.
Mm.
1943 Tebhaga movement. They say we
Yeah.
did Tebhaga movement. What is
Yeah.
Tebhaga movement? Like whatever the zamindar was producing, like
Mm.
the producers, the farmers were producing the zamindar's land. Half was taken by the farmer and half
Mm.
was given to the zamindar. That was the
Yeah.
rule. So the
Yeah.
communists demanded that
Mm.
one third would be given to the zamindar and two-thirds to be
Mm.
taken by the farmer. So
Yeah.
this is what the communists demanded. The Tebhaga movement
Yeah.
people demanded, right? But
Mm.
they never demanded the kind of huge gains that Winston Churchill was taking to England, causing
Mm.
Bengal famine. Did the
Mm.
communists protest against the British loot? You won't find a single document where the communists were protesting against the British loot of our grains. But when it comes to these local zamindars, what did they want? They wanted no storing, no empowerment of the local people. They wanted empowerment of only the Britishers. This is what the communists were. And they
I
wanted
see.
to break. They had inculcated a psyche, a destructive psyche. That is what we're suffering today from. Today we have seen the Keshpur things because if you look at Keshpur is absolutely consistent. Whatever has happened today in Keshpur, there are number of electorates are around 4 lakhs or something. I'm not right. I may not be right about the exact number, but 4 lakhs. So what did Keshpur do basically? They wanted no other people to vote. Nobody should come. We will do voting as we want. So from Keshpur, if they can give a big lead to the Bhatal TMC candidate, that is this whole objective of theirs. And Keshpur was always like this. Even during the CPM regime, if you look at Keshpur, and during post-poll violence, if you look at Keshpur is the place which had attacked the minister, V. Muralidharan. The Minister V. Muralidharan came to visit on an inspection of the violence hit Bengal. He was entering Keshpur and you can't imagine the optics, the people, the look of theirs with big stones, big brick bats in their hands. They attacked directly the minister's car and minister's car had to retreat. So no wonder that Keshpur is behaving the same even today. So they actually started to give a big lead to Bhatal candidate. So the point is, this psyche of Bengal was developed absolutely in a planned manner by the communists. And now the state has gone completely in the hand of criminals. It is not a BJP or CPM or TMC matter at all. Parties don't matter. The state has gone to the hands of criminals.
Exactly.
Around a lakh or two, criminals are dominating the state. They have taken the state. They are actually, misutilizing the state fund. They are taking the public money is being laundered here for the criminals. And then the crime economy, the smuggling, trafficking, all these criminals. So Bengal is now in the seas of criminals. And that is the reason why we have come to this particular state.
Yeah. What kind of a job do you think central forces are doing? Are you happy with their work this time around?
Central forces are here also. I will because you are talking to me, I will take this and give you a question. Like there are many people who demanded Rashtrapati fashion, right?
Yeah.
President's rule in Bengal. Many people they keep on coming president's rule, Article 356, Article 356. What is the present situation? The present situation, the law and order is under Election Commission of India.
Yeah.
Now, right now, no party is ruling, but the same administration is working. Still, all these are happening. So the people who can think can always understand that this Article 356 also will give the same result.
Right.
Right? In case of Article 356 also, it will be the same situation. It will be the governor as the representative of the president and the same administration. So the same thing will continue. Nothing different will happen. Isn't it?
Right.
So the central forces are not being used properly also. Like we know that everybody knows that Keshpur is this kind of a place. So the order, the state administration, the election commission, we know that the chief electoral officer of West Bengal is Aris Aftab. So Aris Aftab, Shri Aris Aftab could have used the central forces in a better way, could have deployed them in the right manner in disturbed places like Keshpur and all, Keshpur, Gorbeta. These are the places where certain problems have erupted. So these are historically problematic places. Nobody knows better than the state administration, but they did not deploy in the right manner with helmets and all that thing, all those things. They didn't deploy them.
So
It went.
legally, the entire final say lies with the state government only.
Yes, not the state government, the election commission.
Why
And
aren't
the
they
election
more
commission,
proactive?
the election commission also is working through the chief electoral officer of West Bengal government. Think
Okay.
that. So it is
Hmm.
the format. That is the constitutional format, and that constitutional format cannot work in West Bengal. It is impossible for, like, under the constitutional predisposition.
Yeah.
It has to be worked out. The solution for Bengal. It's a different state. Government
Hmm.
of India will have to understand that Bengal is not even Kashmir. It is worse than Kashmir.
Yeah.
I said one thing recently, that Bengal is Kashmir minus Article 370. So, since
Yeah.
Kashmir had Article 370, it had certain problems, certain advantages. Bengal doesn't have Article 370. We have advantages, but we also have disadvantages for that. It
Yeah.
is a different state. How will the Election Commission of India, how can
Hmm.
they say that we do not believe CEO of West Bengal? Can they
Hmm.
say under the constitutional protocol? No.
Hmm.
And if the CEO of West Bengal doesn't really abide by the constitution, what can you do?
Hmm.
Nothing can be done. Something has to be worked out. Something has to be thought about. Recently, the Chief Minister said, "Ami mani na, ami manbo na."
Hmm.
Now, there is no provision. The constitution makers
Yeah.
couldn't ever imagine that a chief minister will come and say, "Ami mani na, ami manbo na." So, there
Hmm.
is no prescription in the constitution.
Hmm.
Constitution is silent. So,
Hmm.
that silence is being misutilized in this state. The
Yeah.
constitutional silence is being misutilized. What
Yeah.
will you do with this? What
Yeah.
will you do with them?
Yeah. So then, and among all these things, I think the most horrifying statistics that comes out of Bengal repeatedly now every year is that Bengal is highest in terms of child marriages. How or why do you think that is happening? And have you had conversations with your leftist friends regarding this particular topic? What is their explanation of this?
No explanation. They keep quiet. The
Hmm.
leftist friends will keep quiet regarding that. And they will immediately talk about Rajasthan. They'll talk about
Yeah.
Sati in
Yeah.
Rajasthan, because they will divert your, they will try to divert
Yeah.
your point. But why
Yeah.
is that? I had a talk to recently. I had even, eventually I met in a movie screening. I eventually met Sudeshna Roy, the
Okay.
child, like, State
Social work.
Children's Commission or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sudeshna Roy. So, talking about the child marriage and all those. So she said that initially it was Murshidabad, Malda was leading from front child marriage, but she
Hmm.
said that now it is Purvo Medinipur. A
I
lot
see.
of increasing number of child marriage, and I have a particular observation which I have not written or shared anywhere. This child marriage has a direct correlation with the change in demography. It has got
Yeah.
a
That seems
direct
obvious.
correlation.
Yeah.
Purvo Medinipur demography is also being changed. How do I know this? I know it firsthand. Ask me how.
Okay.
I went to Digha in 2021 during the election, because I was
Okay.
working for writing for different portals in both in
Okay.
English and Bangla. I was writing for 4 portals. So I was very
Okay.
tired. We went to Digha, family.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then going to Digha, I saw a different atmosphere in Digha. Digha,
Hmm.
beside the sea, new Digha, in the seaside, you get to see a restaurant which is shaped like a Mayur Pankhi.
Okay.
Okay, a Mayur Pankhi with
Hmm.
absolutely jarring blue and green and yellow colors. It is so
Hmm.
ugly in looking, a very
Okay.
ugly architecture, and the restaurant has like windows like
Hmm.
small skylights. Windows like
Okay.
small skylights. Then
Okay.
it was very peculiar that this kind of an architecture in Bengal,
Hmm.
we do not see these kinds of architecture, these kind of constructions. We don't see such things.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I saw, like, the Toto men. Then we traveled taking a electric rickshaw. We traveled
Hmm.
around Digha, And
Yeah.
then talking to, because I always talk to such people, talking
Hmm.
to them, we came to know that
Hmm.
lot of Bangladeshis have been brought in there and settled there in Ramnagar, Kathi, Digha, East Medinipur. And
Okay.
then they have been rehabilitated, someone has been given Toto. So then I could understand. So this kind of a construction work is also done by Bangladeshis. It's not
Right.
a West Bengal people at all. So Bangladeshis are being brought in here, being
Hmm.
settled as vote bank.
Yeah.
So then the demography changes very fast. And
Hmm.
after the Jahangir Puri riot, Delhi mein, whatever happened,
Yeah.
we saw, then
Yeah.
Delhi police came to Purbo Medinipur itself, near
I
Tomluk,
see.
to find out the
Oh.
key accused. The Jahangir
Okay.
Puri riot accused was basically from Purbo Medinipur.
I
You
see.
can take it, be rest assured they're actually from Bangladesh, not even from Purbo Medinipur.
I
Because
see.
my first hand, I have talked to people on the ground. And then you see, go to Digha, you see the, the peanut seller, badam jara bikri korche, and all those people, they are all, they are not people of West Bengal. You can see from
Okay.
their get up and you look at
Hmm.
their eyes,
I get
you
you.
understand they are not the people. So
Hmm.
demography change has a direct correlation with child marriage.
Hmm.
The districts where child marriage is happening, you be rest assured the demography is changing there.
Hmm.
Because I
Is
have
that
talked to
yeah,
also
go on.
people. Hmm, yeah, please.
Is that child marriage even illegal because they have different personal laws? Are they doing it according to their personal law? Is it legal in their personal law?
It is legal. Rather,
Hmm.
it is legal, 100%. In their
Right.
personal law, it is legal. It is 100% illegal as per the law. And very peculiarly, recently, the like age of marriage has been raised to 21 years for girls also in the
Hmm.
recent past by the
Yeah.
central government. The
Hmm.
CPIM didn't support it. CPIM didn't support raising the legal age of girls, but they
Hmm.
are liberal people. They are said to be
Yeah.
liberal guys, but they
Hmm.
didn't support. They came with like CPM gave a press release that
Hmm.
we are not in support of, and they are supporting like they are in support of personal laws. They said we
Hmm.
do not want equality, we want uniform. We do not want uniformity,
Yeah.
we want equality. Kind of. So they opposing against the UCC. They said they
Yeah.
do not want. And
Yeah.
the child marriage, nobody talks about it. West Bengal is topping the child marriage topping India.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, West
And
Bengal is topping in women trafficking, topping India.
yeah. Yeah.
It is topping India in women trafficking. And
Yeah.
then the very funny thing, then when a person sings, Pawan Singh, kind of
Hmm.
Bhojpuri singers, they,
Yeah.
obnoxiously
Hmm.
like creates optics about Bengali girls and all that.
Yeah.
And then the Bengali Asmita is being heard. They say, why
Hmm.
will a Pawan Singh sing like this? I said,
Yeah.
why won't they sing if you export your women of the state?
Yeah.
If you traffic your women out of the state, if you sell
Yeah.
off your own women, if you
Yeah.
sell your own mother,
Hmm.
what will you be hearing? This is
Hmm.
what something enrages me.
Hmm.
If you are selling your own mother, then what will you get? From the
Yeah.
Biharis, from the UPites? Whatever they say
Yeah.
is absolutely right. That is what
Yeah.
exactly what you are.
Yeah. The
Point.
orchestra performers in their functions are mainly women from Bengal only, young girls from Bengal only in UP and Bihar.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Then what
Yeah.
will you say? Why
Yeah.
are they lying? Why are they doing it? And
Yeah.
you can understand because I'm working for the women for certain aspects, certain projects. I'm working for
Hmm.
women also. You
Hmm.
can't imagine the poverty,
Yeah.
the crying poverty, and
Hmm.
the liberal state. When you go to other states, number of like the people working on the agricultural field,
Hmm.
the number of women is like say the number of men working on agricultural field is
Hmm.
around say 5 times than the women. In some
Okay.
state it is 10 times. In some
Hmm.
state it is 7 times. In some states it is 3 times. So there
Hmm.
is a more or less parity.
Hmm.
Less number of women are working, more number of men are working, but there is more or less a parity.
Hmm.
In West Bengal, Number of men working in the agricultural field is 30 times the women. 30
I see.
times.
Hmm.
But women are actually working on
Hmm.
the agricultural field. Like
Hmm.
the releasing the grain, dhan, jhada, and all those works, the women are
Hmm.
doing, but they are
Hmm.
not getting the recognition of doing.
I see.
Their efforts are not adding to the GDP.
I see.
And the crime poverty. That is why the craze for Lakshmi Bhandar,
Hmm.
Lokhi Bhandar. Why the
Yeah.
craze? Because you have to go to Bengal's different districts of Bengal to see the poverty of women, the
Yeah.
kind of state they are running their families into.
Hmm.
That is the reason why. That is why the women. That is why they are being allured. That come with me. I will
Yeah.
give you a job, and then they are being sold. If they
Yeah.
are being sold, then
Hmm.
definitely they will be, the whole world will laugh at you.
Hmm.
If you are
Yeah.
selling
Of
your
course.
own women, the whole world will laugh at you,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. Do you think NRC can solve any of these things?
NRC
That
is
at
a
least the
must.
demographics. Hmm.
NRC is a must, definitely. There are ways to solve this. Now, GOI will have to definitely do it. They
Hmm.
have to bite the bullet. That is the point.
Right.
They have to bite the bullet. Because
Hmm.
NRC will have to be done. Because no other country, there exists no other country in the whole world where there is no register of citizens.
Hmm.
Only India do not have. Only India doesn't have a register of citizens. All other countries have.
Hmm.
India is a single exception. Even Bangladesh have, Pakistan have, Afghanistan also has.
Hmm.
India is a single exception where there is no register of citizens. So NRC is a must. And in the law, the provision is already created. The
Yeah.
Citizenship Act of India during
Hmm.
the Manmohan Singh government, UPA, it is UPA 2, they already has created the provision for an NRC and giving citizenship cards to each citizen. So this law is already there. So
Yeah.
the government of India will have to bite the bullet and do the activity and exercise.
Hmm.
We are like there are innumerable number of infiltrators in the state as
Yeah.
well as in India.
Yeah. I heard
There
that
is a pure culture.
Aadhaar card was initially done by Congress to do this only, to do NRC only.
But again, look at Supreme Court. They said it, you cannot do it. It was Supreme Court's verdict. So the point is, India is the Modi government is working fantastic at the external affairs thing.
Hmm.
Actually, whatever we are thinking that these are our internal matters,
Hmm.
actually the things are being done. It's an external in, invasion, interventions. The
Yeah.
There are interventions in Indian matters
Hmm.
from outside,
Hmm.
and Modi government is smoothly working on those fronts.
Hmm.
I believe all these problems will be solved. But
Do you think NRC will
we
happen?
have reasons. It has to happen because had it not had to happen, then the provision wouldn't have been created in the law. The
Yeah.
Section 14A of the Citizenship Act of India 1955.
Hmm. Hmm.
The law has already created the provision. Why would the law be? Why would the provision be created if there will be no plan? The plan is
Hmm.
definitely there. That is
Yeah.
why they talk about no NRC, no NRC. Why do they say? Because they also know that the provision is there, and the provision was
Hmm.
not created by the BJP government. It was
Yeah.
created by the UPA too. So
Yeah.
NRC will happen sooner or later. Sooner
I
or
see.
later, it will happen definitely. Because
Okay.
India is the
Hmm.
only country where there is no register of citizens.
Yeah.
Can there be can there exist a single exception? Can we accept that? It's impossible.
No. Hmm.
Everywhere else it is there, only in India is not there.
Yeah. And I have kind of lost hope about NRC because even if NRC is done, are all of them going to get kicked out? Because so many of them have legal Aadhaar cards in exchange of 10,000 rupees even
No,
today. Will
I'm
they get
telling you
kicked out?
this. I'm telling you this. Kicked out. Let us not discuss this. So, like in an open forum on this, you won't have to kick out anyone. It will be an automatic kicking out because I
Okay.
have seen such things. I have
Okay.
seen such things. The moment CAA is there, The moment CA is implemented, it is being implemented. It has
Yeah.
started. It will take up momentum. The moment it starts getting implemented, then you can also point out a person and say that he is an infiltrator. You can go to the police station and say that these are the people who are infiltrators or not our people.
Hmm.
So a general consciousness would rise. And
I see.
definitely, when a person gets identified and the citizenship card is issued, and that person doesn't have a citizenship card, then he will not
Hmm.
be employed anywhere. People will
Okay.
start like to see his, like, on the slightest doubt, you will like to show me your identity card, and
Hmm.
then the person shows and you understand that he doesn't have a card, then you won't also rely on, you won't ride his auto, you won't ride his toto, you won't employ him in your shop, or you won't call
Hmm.
him to clean your garden, etc. You won't give him any job. Then what
Hmm.
do? They go and
Hmm.
they leave the country and go
Right.
back to their
I
own
see.
place. So it will be a natural, more requirement of deportation.
Right. Right.
Deportation will be required only for the aggressive law,
I see.
only for those people who are aggressive.
I see.
There are people in Bengal.
Hmm.
There are a lot of people. You said that your friend went to a place where
Yeah.
Khidirpur fancy
Yeah.
market. So
Hmm.
those are the places. They are very dangerous places, really.
Hmm.
Very true. Very,
Hmm.
very true. They are dangerous places, keeping dangerous people stuck together in a small
Yeah.
place. And
Yeah.
so, so deportation, like you, I don't know whether you know or not, Manipur is deporting around 5,000 Myanmar nationals.
Yeah. I've been hearing
Manipur
it.
government as well as the
Yeah.
state, as well as the GOI, together they are
Yeah.
deporting 5,000 Myanmar nationals. So
I see.
the state government is very crucial.
Exactly.
But and Bengal, the problem is with the state government, not only with the party. People are
Hmm.
thinking CPM gone, we are sorted. TMC have come, we are sorted. Now we
Hmm.
understand that in TMC with TMC also we are not sorted. So we are
Hmm.
expecting BJP comes, we are sorted. Not at all that. It is the
Hmm.
state government, the
Hmm.
officials, the nexus that has formed in all these years
Yeah.
between the
Exactly.
bureaucrats and the criminals. The political bureaucratic criminal nexus is
Yeah.
running the state. So that
Right.
has to be, the GI will have to do it. The GI will
Hmm.
have to do it. I
Yeah.
always say that. In the
Hmm.
recent past, I have also said in a YouTube show of organizer, I have already said that till now, from since independence, government of India has not done much for Bengal or Bengalis.
Hmm.
Not done much. I have said
Yeah.
directly to them. The government
Yeah.
of India hasn't done. Bengal, GI will have to do it for Bengal.
Hmm.
They have done for Kashmir. They'll have to do it for Bengal. That is my point.
Right. How do you think the elections are going? What's going on? Tell us some of the violent incidents that have happened for our non-Bengali audiences, and who do you think is winning?
I think Bengal election result. If you look at, like, how do we understand? We understand from the data, right? So we
Yeah.
have the data of 2014 Lok Sabha. We have the
Hmm.
data of 2016 Vidhan Sabha.
Yeah.
When
Hmm.
BJP was not there in the scene much. Then we have the data of 2019 also, where when
Yeah.
BJP got 18 seats from Bengal.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
we also have the data of 2021 Vidhan Sabha election.
Hmm. Hmm.
There, the data is completely forged.
I
Because,
see.
in many states, first BJP won, like, one seat is Nanoor. I will tell you, Nanoor went to TMC, but Nanoor was first won by BJP, but it was changed. The counting
I
was
see.
completely manipulated. It was
Okay.
completely manipulated counting. Now it's an open secret. It's nothing new. Like
I
Bengal,
see.
there are many problems. Like, say, first of all, there is problem of false voting, which is less this time. This
Okay.
time, the false voting things are being controlled in a better manner because
Okay.
there are central forces and then the CCTV coverage, etc., and then good technological advancements. So false voting has reduced, but still
Okay.
today it was rampant in Keshpur, as I have
I see.
already said. Why were doing it like that? Because so that they can cast false votes. That is the
Yeah.
sole reason why they are burning tires and dancing with a lathi like lungi people. People wearing lungi were doing a rampage on the place. Why were they doing it? So that they can cast false votes and they can
Mm.
give a large lead from Ghatal, from Keshpur to Dev, the
Mm.
TMC candidate from Ghatal Lok Sabha.
Yeah.
So that was the
Mm.
sole reason. But this time, the false voting in other places has been relatively much lesser.
Mm.
Now we comes to the next one, the replacement of voters.
Mm.
Many places, original voters cannot cast votes. Like Shandip
Okay.
Khali was your heard, last
Yeah.
10, 12 years, they couldn't cast their own
Yeah. Yeah.
votes. But they came to
Yeah.
the house and put the Kali on their fingers. Someone else
Mm.
is casting their votes. So
Right.
if you vote, maybe you will vote for party A, but someone else
Yeah.
going with your identity and casting the vote for party B. That
Right.
is what. So replacement of voters. That
Mm.
thing, how much is happening this time, we cannot say because the terror element is there. Don't go because
Yeah. Yeah.
today we have heard, we have seen a video in Indus
Mm.
there people went to the houses of the opposition candidates,
Yeah.
the agents and booth
Mm.
agents, and they said that don't go to vote tomorrow. If you go,
Yeah.
then you will have to wear shada than. You cannot put sindoor in your. Matlab,
Mm.
that kind of threats. The CPM time also the similar
Yeah. Yeah.
threats were being given. Now also the similar threats have been given. So how many voters have been replaced? That we do not
Mm.
know. Not
Mm.
sure.
Okay.
How many people have originally voted for themselves and how many have voted with the help of replacement voters? So this is the
Mm.
next phenomenon in Bengal. And the
Mm.
third phenomenon is the counting manipulation at the time of
Right.
counting, removing the
Mm.
agents, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
the officers, the returning officers, the assistant returning officers. Now I say imagine I'm telling you I'm sitting in the EVM. I have counted a particular EVM, and then
Mm.
I tell you that party A has got 30 votes, party B has got 70 votes. And say
Right.
you are the returning officers, you are writing
Yeah.
it down, or you are the ARO, assistant returning officers, you are noting
Yeah.
it down, you just reverse the order. You write party B got 30 votes, party A gets 70 votes, and you report it to the election observer. Election observer, as per constitution, is supposed to believe you. He has no scope
Yeah.
to disbelieve. I mean, because you are the
Mm.
officer, you yourself are the state. So there is
Yeah. Yeah.
no scope under the constitution. There is no scope to disbelieve a bureaucrat. So when the
Mm.
ARU or RU is going and reporting to the election observer that party B has got 30 votes and party A has got 70 votes, where in reality it is just the reverse, then party A wins. But actually
Right.
party B won. So
Mm.
that is what has happened in Bengal. It has already happened in 2021, and it's a ground reality. Absolutely, people on the ground know this. They know
I see.
that it is the officers who had manipulated. So we
Mm.
have to remain cautious. This time we have to see. As much as I know that BJP is taking initiatives, they are preparing their counting agents also. They're briefing
Okay.
them. They're training them what to do,
Okay.
what not to do, and so everything depends on the counting. So that's what I was saying that when you look at the election data, 2021 data is not at all trustworthy. It's a forged data, forged
Okay.
counting. I can tell you,
Mm.
I have a known family in Jhargram
Mm.
Vidhan Sabha.
Yeah.
In a particular family with all cousins and families all together, a particular family has 30 votes in a
Okay.
particular booth.
Mm.
Then BJP got only 6 votes, where all those
Okay.
30 votes were absolutely like sacrosanct sure for BJP. But when you see the Form 20, when the data is released, you see in
Mm.
that vote BJP got only 6 votes. How is it possible? From a
Mm.
single family, 30 votes is for sure. So
Mm.
all these, data are forged data. So I
Mm.
can't say what is going to happen. Like we just have to. I'm very much interested to watch because as you can see, North Bengal has voted in a very nice way, and I'm also very eager to watch the figures of Malda and Murshidabad, the results. I'm
Mm.
all ears and eyes because this time I'm going to observe because 2021 election data is totally, they're to be rejected. Those data are not authentic, not
Hmm.
trustworthy data. So I'm
Yeah.
looking for like what would be the result finally, because it will be finally the outcome of proper counting and proper liaison and everything proper. I think
Hmm.
the result in North Bengal will be good for BJP.
Hmm.
North Bengal will be pretty good for BJP
Hmm.
because that place is less spoiled. But
Hmm.
as much as South Bengal is concerned, it is
Hmm.
absolutely a mess right now.
Right.
People do not want the present ruling dispensation for sure. And why people do not want, I'll tell you why. Because
Hmm.
Bengal, as you know, we have very limited scope of work, the
Hmm.
employment, because we know,
Yeah.
you all know that more than 50
Yeah.
lakhs of migrant workers go out of Bengal for
Yeah.
work. So people do
Yeah.
not have money in their hand. So the only
Yeah.
source of money for South Bengal is the kind of different sorts of doles that the government
Yeah.
remits. Lokhir
Yeah.
Bhandar and this Bhandar, that thing, this, that,
Yeah.
all these doles. And
Yeah.
now, since the central government has stopped the fund, they have stopped giving the fund of Manrega. They have
Yeah.
stopped giving the fund of PM Awas Yojana, and they
Hmm.
have also stopped giving the fund for ration. There is
Hmm.
curtailing on ration also.
Yeah.
That news is not coming to fore. That news is not coming to fore. The state of West Bengal is suppressing the news. Even the ration distribution scam, due to ration distribution scam, the supplies are being curtailed in terms of that also, in ration
Hmm.
also.
Right.
So people are understanding that keeping the current TMC dispensation, money
Hmm.
will not flow from the center.
I see.
People are understanding it.
Hmm.
So people are not wanting this government, but it
Hmm.
is not depending on what the people want. Because I
Hmm.
told you the state is being run by the criminals. It
Hmm.
depends on what the criminals want.
Hmm.
It depends on what the criminals want, because West Bengal's a large part of West Bengal's economy is black economy, the
Yeah.
smuggling economy of different
Yeah.
sorts. So
Yeah.
the criminals of the smuggling economy is actually decides the fate of the state.
Yeah.
So that is why people are trying to throw off this government.
Hmm.
That much I can tell you.
Yeah.
But West Bengal's fate is not being decided by people's vote. Number one,
Hmm.
false voting, which is less this time. Number two, replacement voting, which I do not know how much this year. But I can tell you for sure that in some places like South 24 Parganas, many places in North 24 Parganas, replacement voting will happen. Definitely.
Hmm.
Terror is there. Don't go to vote. Don't step out of your house.
Hmm.
I will see to it if you step out. So
Hmm.
these are going on. So how many voters will vote on their own? So those things cannot be
Yeah.
said. And Bengal is a very interesting case. I'm very alert to watch. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm also very alert to watch what is happening, what will happen. So that's all.
Did you any specific prediction for number of seats for each party?
I won't give it right now. As
Okay.
I said, I
Okay.
won't give it.
And just directionally, how good do you think ISF is going to do?
ISF is doing nothing. ISF is going only align with TMC. ISF
Okay.
is only aligned with TMC. My observation is that is exactly what I want to observe. Even the minorities, a
Hmm.
section of the minorities this time has
Hmm.
really felt that they are not gaining anything from the current
Yes.
dispensation.
Yes.
Rather, they have engaged in crimes, and the
Hmm.
minorities are going to jail also.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
people who are going to jail,
Yeah.
and majority of them are minority people.
Yeah.
So minorities are also understanding that supporting TMC, they are not getting anything. They're not
Right.
really getting. But
Therefore, I'm thinking, are
that
they
is why,
shifting their support to ISF?
but ISF is actually aligned with TMC.
I
Finally,
see.
you will
Okay.
see, you will observe, these are not reported. The Bengal media do not report these things. So
Yeah.
before Bhangor, during the panchayat election, like TMC and ISF people were fighting between each other like dogs and hyenas. You know,
Hmm.
they were
Yeah.
fighting, attacking each other. Like many people died.
Yeah.
ISF
Yeah.
people died, TMC
Yeah.
people died. But
Yeah. Yeah.
finally, one fine morning, Shaukat Mullah of TMC went to the house of Naushad Siddiqui
Okay.
and said, he is my brother. And Naushad Siddiqui
Okay.
said,
Okay.
he is like my elder brother. And
I
suddenly
see.
they coalesced together and they became very friendly. This is nothing but, in my opinion, in my observation, ISF, Kirkira Sharif is dragging some monetary benefits from Trinamool.
I see.
Finally, there will be a, you know, uh, an alliance, an unsaid
Hmm.
alliance. Apparently, there is conflict, apparently, there is competition, but there is
Hmm.
actually a back office alliance between TMC and ISF. This is what I feel, because otherwise, during Panchayat election, from that absolutely bitter conflicts,
Hmm.
suddenly they couldn't turn out to be brother to each other.
Right.
This can happen only when you try to drag something. Maybe Footpad Sharif is trying to drag some benefits from the TMC,
Hmm.
and that is why finally they are allying with each other. And no
Right.
conflict. It becomes a no
Right.
conflict zone suddenly. So,
Right.
but then I'm still really eager to see how would the Muslims of Murshidabad and Malda behave,
Hmm.
because there certain Muslims are, they are the original Muslims of the place. They have the
Hmm.
pedigree also.
Yeah.
They are not infiltrators, and they
Hmm.
also want the development. So
Hmm.
I want to see whether certain during in 2021, 97% of the Muslim vote went to TNC, like a
Hmm.
robotic consolidation.
Yeah.
I had discussed it then also. Like in democracy, it is very normal that certain people will vote for party A, certain will vote for party B, some party C. This is democracy. But when a particular mm, group of people consolidates like a robot, then it
Hmm.
doesn't remain democracy anymore.
Hmm.
In Bengal, 2021, it was 97% Muslims voted
Yeah.
for TMC.
Yeah.
I believe this time Muslim vote is going to be divided, because
Hmm.
Muslims also are understanding that they are not gaining anything, but they do
Yeah.
not vote on their own opinion. This is also we have to understand that
Yeah.
Muslims, the Pasmanda Muslims, whom
Yeah.
Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi says, Pasmanda
Yeah.
Muslims, they do not vote on their own opinion. They are
Yeah. Yeah.
instructed. The Muslims
Yeah.
are instructed to vote from the mosque and the Maulanas. They
Yeah.
instruct them whom to vote. So
Hmm.
then only they go to vote in that way. So this
Hmm.
time, I believe my observation suggests that certain section of the minorities will vote for BJP also, because they also understand that in this way they can gain nothing. So
Yeah.
I also want to study the minority voters' behavior in
Yeah.
this election.
Yeah.
My
A-
observation
And
suggests,
and minorities have been victims of Trinamool's violence as well. Many of them have died in
yes,
factional killings and criminals, and police have assaulted them also. That Anis Khan, that young kid from ISF, even he got killed. So minorities are not as happy as Trinamool, I think, today as they were 5 years back.
not at all happy. Look at
Hmm.
the number of people who died during Panchayat election. Majority of
Yeah.
them are minority people.
Yeah.
And
Even
minorities
minorities
are
are who
understanding it.
BJP supporters, even they got killed, raped, etc.
They got killed, etc. And but the problem is that minorities have to vote as per their Maulana's instruction.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is the biggest thing, biggest challenge. But
Yeah.
I'm very much eager to observe how they behave this time. Because
Yeah.
on the ground, minorities are showing solidarity and support because they are
Right.
understanding.
Hmm.
They're understanding the problem because they're being used as vote bank.
Hmm.
Individual minority families are not doing well. Not
Hmm.
doing well. They're not getting overall development. The
Hmm.
development quotient, overall development quotient is not good for them. They're understanding it. But
And
what can they do?
if they have relatives who are minorities in other states, they know that they are much better off than in West Bengal.
Yes, but they can't do anything. That is the point. That you have seen that later by one Imam Parishad, the
Hmm.
Imams Association of Bengal.
Yeah.
Bongiya Imam Parishad, the Imams Association. The Bengal politics, the Bengal minorities are in the clutch of two religious organizations. On one side, there is Purfura Sharif, which has made a party of their own. They call them ISF, but it is not at all ISF. It is basically Purfura Sharif. And the other side, it is Bengal Imams Association. So they are in this two-pronged attack. The minorities of Bengal are the worst sufferers. They must declergify themselves. But this clergy of the country are the criminals. As I said, the smuggling and trafficking, you see anyone is a Muslim, basically. Anyone who is accused of a drug smuggling is a Muslim. Anyone who is accused of arms smuggling is a Muslim. That means what? The criminals are basically minorities, and the imams and all these people have a control on the criminals. And that is why they're handling their full community for their cause, and community is suffering.
Now Bangladeshi
themselves will have to understand. Sorry?
Hello. Now Bangladeshi MP got killed in Kolkata.
Exactly. Bangladeshi MPs, you come to any day to Newtown and Axis Mall, you go to Axis Mall, you see so many Bangladeshis there. They come to Kolkata. Now imagine, this is again a peculiarity of Kolkata people. He was staying in a flat taken on rent by some Akhtaruzzaman. This Akhtaruzzaman is an US national. We can assume that Akhtaruzzaman is a Bangladeshi. And US national, but Bangladeshi. He took the flat on rent. The flat belongs to one Shonjit Ghosh. Shonjit Ghosh is again excise department officer in government of West Bengal. Now, you ask me, if you are asked if some Bangladeshi US national offers you some greater rent, would you agree to give your flat on rent to that person? But this person of Kolkata secular, he had given his flat on rent, and there you now, like you can understand the Kolkata, a set of people of Kolkata, they have created this problem. The secular mindset. They don't understand that for being properly secular, one has to be Hindu first.
Yeah.
Then only you can be secular. If you are not Hindu, you cannot be secular. No other people of no other faith can be truly secular except Hindu. So these people, you see, they have given it to such abandoned crime, and then this type of. My question is, why did a Bangladeshi Shamshad come to Kolkata during the election time?
Yeah.
And I also say that they come for treatment. Definitely, for treatment they can always come. But the visa process for Bangladeshis has to be much more stricter.
Yeah.
Has to be. The GI will have to I think they will have to do it much stricter way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, when you see like around you, there are people with a different kind of attire and different kind of look.
Yeah.
Then it's a cultural shock you get. You get a cultural shock.
Yeah.
Right? And that we do not deserve to get such cultural shocks in Bengal, in Kolkata. That's my point.
Didi, second last question for today. I have personal curiosity about two just seats. One is Justice Abhijit Ganguly's seat and Diamond Harbour. Do you have any prediction for these two seats? Who do you think is going to win here?
I think the Justice Ganguly seat will go to him only.
Okay.
Justice Ganguly, I think, is going to win. And regarding Diamond Harbour, I can't say anything at all. I'm very afraid because there also people will not be able to vote as much as I think. As you can understand, the Diamond Harbour candidate is not being able to do meetings. You know, the mic men and the electric, like the suppliers of electricity and the stage makers are not allowed to make. Are not allowed to supply to him. So recently I saw a street corner of him. He was standing in a corner, almost more dark and less illuminated a place with a hand mic. He was talking because there almost it's a fatwa given, don't give
Hmm.
supplies to this person, don't supply
Hmm.
chairs to this person. So this
Right.
type of environment is there. Diamond Harbor is a problem place already. So I cannot
Hmm.
predict anything. And because this is the election commission, I do not know how this CRPF will be used, how efficiently the CRPF will be deployed. Even if CRPF is deployed, then they'll be threatened. Don't go to vote, as I said.
Yeah.
There'll be replacement voters.
Hmm.
Diamond Harbor was worst affected during post-poll violence also. And
Hmm.
they'll be threatened, and even the TMC men won't be able to go to vote. TMC Hindus will
Hmm.
not be able to go to vote. It has already
Hmm.
happened in 2021 also.
Yeah.
And in that Diamond Harbor Lok Sabha, under Diamond Harbor Lok Sabha constituency, land grab is happening. Even TMC Hindus' lands are being taken away. For what
Hmm.
cause? For making Toto stands. And
I
whenever
see.
you hear Toto stand, you understand it is for the rehabilitation of
I
Rohingyas and
see.
Bangladeshis.
Okay.
Toto drivers are Rohingyas. So the Toto stand is being built by grabbing the land of some Chittaranjan Haldar of
I see.
South 24 Parganas. His land is being taken. He's a TMC man. His
I
land is
see.
being taken by the TMC people.
I
So
see.
this is a different format altogether, a land grab format. We know the basically
Hmm.
West Bengal lands are being grabbed in different
I
places.
see.
So
What you
it is can't be said.
what you said about Totos now makes sense to me in one context that I went to North Bengal on my bike twice in 2016 once and then in 2017. In 2016 I went to Darjeeling. 2017 I went to Kalimpong and Sikkim. So while going on my bike in 2016, Malda is usually a crowded place, but it was not impossible to cross. In 2017, Malda was even more crowded because of so many totos. I had never seen so many totos in one spot, but in just a matter of 1 year, it had been it was a complete 180-degree shift in terms of traffic jam, and just because of totos, not even four-wheel vehicles. So that I guess is because of what you are saying now.
For
Yeah.
rehabilitating the Rohingyas,
Right.
definitely yes, because that has happened across even in Kolkata. And you can
Hmm.
also understand from their accents and
Yeah.
style of talking how much cultural shock we are getting. You see,
Yeah.
these people talk to you. When they talk to you, they tell you to me.
Hmm.
We never used
Yeah.
to we hear you to me from anyone. Not
Yeah.
we don't say that even to a rickshaw man. We say up me, and the rickshaw
Hmm.
man also says up me. And these
Hmm.
people they say to me. You can
Yeah.
understand they are not the people of West Bengal or not Bharat. Someone
Yeah.
else. These people are
Yeah.
someone else. This is a
Yeah.
standard model of rehabilitating people.
I see. Okay, Didi, last question for today is that do you think post poll violence is going to happen even this time, and how safe are BJP and RSS workers?
That will solely depend on how well the CRPF is used. I think the CRPF will be retained in the state even after the election. It has to
Okay.
be retained because the mahal is not at all good.
Hmm.
Mahal is not at all good. So it
Hmm.
will depend solely how efficiently the administration in the CRPF and the opposition leaders they work, because
Hmm.
the Amit Shah ji has an eye on the state and the
Hmm.
whole India has an eye on the state. So this time, even after the panchayat poll, they attempted a much more ravaging violence, but due to
Hmm.
the presence of the central force,
Hmm.
the post-poll violence after the panchayat election was of a lesser magnitude
Hmm.
than what happened in 2021 after the Vidhan Sabha election.
Right.
This
True.
time also, this time also, the grave attempts have to be aborted. That is what
Hmm.
my point is. It's only, as long as these people are in administration, the people will have to identify the real core problem of Bengal. It is not the party, it is the government officials, the bureaucrats who are in the front line. The
Hmm.
bureaucrats, the good people, among the bureaucrats, not all are bad. But
Of course.
those who are not really bad, not really in line with the current ruling dispensation, they are dumb. They are
Hmm.
sidelined.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whosoever are the front runners, the
Hmm.
problem lies with them. As long
Hmm.
as we keep on ignoring that fact. You
Right.
see, the police officer who helped Buddhadev Bhattacharya in Shingur, at the time
Hmm.
of Shingur, when there was, shooting, and the police officer said there was no shooting, police
Hmm.
shooting didn't happen.
Yeah.
Supratim Sarkar. Yes,
Okay.
now Supratim Sarkar is
Yeah.
defending Mamata Banerjee in Chandishkali.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Galvan Singh, IPS, who the person who defended Buddhali Bhattacharya's government after the Rijwanu Rahman's
I
murder,
see.
if you remember.
Hmm.
Muslim boy had fallen in
Yeah.
love with a toadies girl and married, and
Hmm.
then after that the boy died, and the Kolkata Ray actually rose up to
Yeah.
protest. So
Yeah.
after the death of that boy, it was
Hmm.
Galvan Singh who was really helping one of the officers, Galvan Singh, and Yusuf Mukherjee was there at that time, Kolkata Police Commissioner. This is the duo which was helping the Buddhadev Bhattacharya administration. Now,
I see.
Galvan Singh is the right hand man of Mamata Banerjee.
I
You
see.
look into coal smuggling cases, you look into the Kaliaganj, the minor girl was raped and killed, and then Galvan Singh went to Kaliaganj, and there was the police shooting at Kaliaganj, and then one person died, one,
Hmm.
like someone on that place, some Burma, I don't know.
Didi, your internet is gone. Let's just wait a bit. My internet is fine, right? Yeah, my internet is fine. Wait, I hope she rejoins. Let's just wait a bit. It was the last question anyway, so let's just wait for her. কানন মানে কি? কানন মানে হলো বাগান। Let's just wait for her to come back. Yeah, I'm just waiting for her. Let's see what she replies. Okay, her internet is gone. There are cyclone predictions going on. No, her net might have gone. Yeah, she's saying she can't come now. Her home Wi-Fi is gone. Because I am surprised actually that I got to do the show today. I don't know if I'll be able to do tomorrow's show with Dr. Kaushik Gangopadhyay, because there's a cyclone supposed to happen, I think, tonight or tomorrow late evening. Okay, let's see what happens. So guys, thank you for joining. This was a great show, very informative show. I got to learn a lot of new things. Would have loved to end the show properly. But thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye. Good night.
श्रवरूढं महाभीमं गुणाद्रंष्टाङ्गरप्रदम् हस्य युक्तं त्रिनेत्रं च कपालकर्णिकाकराम् मुक्तकेशीं लज्जयवं पिबन्तीं रुधिरं चतुर्बाहु समायुक्तं वराभयकरं स्मरेत् चतुर्बाहु समायुक्तं वराभयकरं स्मरेत् काली काली महाकाली कालिके पापहारिणी धर्मर्थ मोक्ष देवी